Greetings! Welcome back to PinkOddBird. Today I'm here with something a little bit different. I decided that I'm going to start working on another junk journal, and I have my manila folder. I use one manila folder every time I'm getting ready to start a junk journal to hold every piece of paper that I'm going to use in one spot. But the junk journal theme that I'm getting ready to do is going to be all black and white, but the key part of it is there's two objectives to this journal that I'm getting ready to do. And the first one is it's going to be based off of scraps. So I have tons and tons of scraps from mini albums that I've done, other junk journals, things like that. And I need to do something with these scraps because I'm not going to throw them away. So I figured this might be a good way to try and use some of those up. So instead of doing a mishmash, because I've got too many different themes, I decided to pick all black and white scraps and work from there. The second objective to this junk journal is to not buy anything new. So use only scraps, don't buy anything new to put in this journal. So, I mean, take this statement with a grain of salt, but I just don't feel like I can buy more papers until I start getting rid of some of the scraps at least. So, I was going through the papers and I found this old piece of a file folder. So that'll be the cover for this journal. Usually when I'm doing a junk journal, I'll pick out all my papers. I count them by how many signatures there'll be and how many pages I want in each signature. And then I'll pull out little like ephemera pieces and then embellishments, laces, trims, things like that all at once. But for this project, I'm going to do one step at a time because, like I said, it's going to be based off of really all scraps. So as you can see here, I pulled out all the black and white scraps. There's a barrage of sizes and styles. There's no particular like set theme, like it's not Halloween, it's not Christmas, it's just black and white, and there's no rhyme or reason to what it is. I don't really care. I just don't want any other color than black and white in there. So these are all my scrap pieces from mini albums of yesteryear, and you know, I don't know. There's some little pieces in there like this, where like this was obviously for a wedding. There's gold in there. I don't want that, so I'll use this side of it to make like a tuck or pocket, something like that. You know, once, you know, as long as it's black and white, I don't really care. Even this piece here, this is what it looks like on this side, but on this side it's black and white. So I pulled a lot of pieces from everywhere. I've got some envelopes here. And this is one of those mistake envelopes from the wedding project that I did. With this, what I plan to do is fix it, for starters. And then secondly, with some of the pieces, after I put my signatures together, like with some of the weird little pieces that are just kind of random, but still black and white, what I'll do is decoupage this envelope so that it's a black and white envelope made out of scraps. So that's a way that I'm going to further extend, you know, the usage of those scraps. Same thing with the tags. I don't want manila in there, so when I'm done with these, they will be black and white. I've got envelopes, glassine bag, more scraps. So then these pages here are the pages that I've picked out to be like the signatures, so like the structure, the bones, the base of my journal. And then I also pulled a couple doilies, black and white, which I'll use in there. Napkin, that's black and white. And then some stickers that I have that are black and white. So this is going to be part one. So this is my first step that I do with typically any project that I'm going to do. Pick my papers. Well, in my head, I pick my theme first, and then I'll pick my papers. And then I'll start with I'll put the signatures together, and then I'll start with the pockets and anything else that I want to add into it. So I feel like this is a really good method to get rid of all these scraps. So I guess I'm going to make this video more than one part. So this is a part or step 1 that I'll be doing. And then I'll be back later on when I'm going to move on to the next step. And we'll see, I guess, ultimately at the end, how much of these scraps I used in the book and how many are left over. So I think it should be kind of interesting because I'm really going to try my hardest to get rid of all this. So black and white journal, scraps, this is what we're doing. We'll be back. Okay everyone, I'm back just to show you quickly what I've done so far. You can see by my nails I've been doing a lot of work, so excuse those. But so the book is mostly done. I've used all my, not all, I'll come back and show how much I didn't use out of those scraps, but I'm not completely done yet. But I just wanted to show you, so I just made a lot of like little pieces to go into the book out of my scraps. Like this was just a flat piece of thin decorative paper, and then I just backed it with white paper to make it a journaling spot. And then my manila tags, I covered those to make them black and white, as I said I would. And a few other little things. These little, I'm going to go back and make a couple of decorative altered paper clips. And then the inside of the book is filled with some stamping now, with a lot of the scraps. Those envelopes that I told you I was going to make, they're here. I'm going to put something in those. There's 2 of them. This is the other. So now what I'm basically going to do is go back and find some black and white trims and other black embellishments that I can add to the book. And then I'm debating on whether or not I want to cover the outside with decoupage or not. I love the way it feels, just like how it is, just regular paper. But I am kind of thinking maybe I'll add the decoupage to it just to give it longevity. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet. So that's where we're at right now with it. And I will be back probably with the completed book because there's not much left to do. But just wanted to come in with a part 2 or a next little segment and show you what I've done so far. So we'll be back again. Okay, so we're back with the final journal, but before I show the journal, I just want to go back and show you how much of the scraps I have remaining. So as you can see from the pile that was here earlier in the video, I've used almost all of it, like 90% probably. So these are all my black and white scraps left over. I'd say this was a pretty successful mission in that regard. So now I will flip through the journal quickly because I don't want this video to get too long. So here it is, and I was originally going to use that file folder that I showed, but since I was doing 2 signatures in the book, I wanted it to have an actual spine, so I did it this way. I just built the cover, added trim to the side, and then on the front, lace, doilies, buttons. I made some epoxy stickers out of some of the scraps. This is another scrap from some authentique paper. 2 stacked buttons, some baker's twine, a doily, flowers, and a little wood chip Paris. There's a double polyester seam binding to close the journal. Oh, and I did decoupage a napkin on the outside of the front cover. So it's got kind of like a different texture, and then it's covered in decoupage, and then the back is just covered in decoupage, but I didn't do the napkin on the back. On the inside, I didn't cover the front cover with any decoupage. I just left it as is. Okay, and then I'm just going to flip through this quickly. I did use a lot of black papers in this because I got some black cardstock from Joann's that I don't like. So I feel like it would go, I don't like it as far as the quality of cardstock that I need for my mini albums. for this, it's perfectly fine. As with my Gothic junk journal, I did do a lot of black papers in there as well. And when I did that, I made this little test with my gel pens. So as you can see here, this one is black paper with gold gel pen. And on the other side, it's the black paper with a white gel pen. So you can see how the gel pens actually will write on the black paper, and it's perfectly fine and legible, and I like the way it looks. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip through. There's just an altered paper clip here that I made. I did do stamping on some of the pages that are black with white ink, and then on some of the white pages with black ink. There's a pocket here, some random washi throughout. I did some stenciling throughout. There's a belly band here with a little journal spot. So a doily, more tabs that I made out of the scraps, some washi, a pocket here, and some crazy stamping that I did. You guys know how I am with my stamping. One of those manila tags, I just covered it with paper. This is a really like jumbo paper clip. With the mat, I just put white paper on the back. Some translucent paper. Here's one of those envelopes that I made with a bunch of the scraps. It's all decoupaged on. And then on the inside, a little journaling page with, I printed that one in black and white. It's traditionally in color from Tsunami Rose, but I just printed it out in black and white. Here we have a belly band, washi tape, a little tuck spot with a little booklet in there. You can put pictures or something there. Another tag in a glassine bag I covered with paper also. And there's a tuck spot here. I think that the journal came out really nice. There's a pocket here. So this is a tuck spot, and then it wraps around to create another on this side. This one just slides in and out. So this is one of my favorite pages. It's an image from the Graphics Fairy, and this lace pocket is actually a double pocket. So behind the paper, there's a tuck spot there, and then also you have this mat, and then this one goes in front of the paper, so behind the lace. And I just like the way that that looked. And that mat actually fit perfectly. Some more of that cardstock. Business envelope, I put some scrap paper here just to cover up the windows, some washi, and another image from the Graphics Fairy on another mat. I love that one. Some more stenciling I did, washi tape, stamp, another little tuck spot with something in here, a flyaway card. So this is the start of the second signature. This is the other side of the envelope, so something can go behind here. This is another wraparound tuck spot, so from this side to the other. Some stamping here, and I believe on this side, yeah, the stamp goes through. Sometimes I don't care. This time I was just trying to cover it a little with some washi. You can still kind of see it, but not as much. A pocket there. Some vellum paper. I just glued a doily on here because I thought it looked nice. There's a tuck spot here. So here, another one that I just matted with white paper. And I think this one is a double. Yeah, so this one's a double spot right there. I love the way the stamps work with the black paper and white. So tuck spot here, pocket here, tag that I also covered with paper, another pocket. Here's the other envelope with another ephemera from Tsunami Rose. that I just printed in black and white to make it go with the theme. It's sort of like a 3/4 of a pocket. I had a scrap of velvet paper, so I cut some hearts out with that. And then here's another piece of that velvet paper, and it's a pocket. I think I might go back and add something here. Another altered paper clip with a mat that I cut out behind it. Some paper, washi, sticker, another tuck, another paper clip. This one's not as big as the other, but it's a jumbo. Okay, and so basically this is the end of the book. I used some of those black and silver stickers to put Fiend, and then my stamp, of course, and that's it. So this is my completed use only what you have journal. And hope you like it. I will probably be putting this one up in my Etsy shop as well. And I guess that's it. So we'll see you next time. And thank you all for watching. Bye.